What if the greatest prison ever built has no walls, and most people are desperate to stay inside it? For thousands of years, humanity dreamed of a life without struggle. A life where food was always available, where shelter was guaranteed, where comfort was abundant. A life free from uncertainty, hardship, and pain. Today, for the first time in history, millions of people are living that dream. With a single tap, food arrives at our doorstep. Our homes remain warm in winter and cool in summer. Endless entertainment follows us everywhere, through the small screens we carry in our pockets. The modern world promised paradise, and in many ways, it delivered. Yet something strange happened along the way. Despite having more comfort than any generation before us, millions of people feel exhausted, restless, unfulfilled. Why do we feel empty, even when our lives appear full? Why does achieving comfort so rarely bring lasting satisfaction? And why do so many people feel trapped in a life that should, by every measure, feel perfect? The answer may be uncomfortable. Because the same comforts that protect us from pain may also be protecting us from growth. The same conveniences that make life easier may be quietly removing the very challenges that once gave life meaning. Modern society built comfortable homes to shield us from discomfort. But somewhere along the way, those homes became something else. A golden cage. A place where our bodies feel safe, but our minds slowly fall asleep. A place where struggle disappears, and with it, purpose. Today, we explore one of the most invisible prisons ever created, the prison of comfort, and why the thing we desire most may be the very thing holding us back. The human brain evolved in a world defined by scarcity. For our ancestors, rewards were rare. Finding sweet fruit, building a warm shelter, successfully hunting an animal. These were not everyday experiences. They were the result of effort, patience, and persistence. Sometimes hours, sometimes days, sometimes even longer. And when the goal was finally achieved, the brain released dopamine as a reward, not simply to create pleasure, but to reinforce the behaviors that helped us survive. The greater the effort, the greater the sense of accomplishment, and the deeper the satisfaction. But the modern world changed the rules. For the first time in human history, rewards are available almost instantly. Entertainment, food, validation, novelty, all accessible within seconds, without effort, without patience, without struggle. Today, you can sit on a couch and receive more stimulation in an hour than many of our ancestors experienced in weeks. Every swipe, every notification, every short video, every like. A small hit of dopamine, a small reward, a small burst of pleasure. The problem is that the brain was never designed for this endless abundance. When rewards become constant, they stop feeling rewarding. The dopamine system begins to adapt. Receptors become less sensitive. And gradually, the things that once felt exciting begin to feel ordinary. Then ordinary becomes boring, and boredom becomes the default state. This is the hidden paradox of modern life. Never before have humans had access to so much pleasure. Yet so many people feel numb, unmotivated, and strangely disconnected from meaning. Perhaps the chronic boredom and emptiness of the modern age are not signs that something is missing. Perhaps they are signs that our brains are drowning in rewards they were never meant to receive so easily. Our biology is designed to avoid pain. Yet, paradoxically, many of the things that help us grow come from the very discomfort we try so hard to escape. Muscles become stronger by being challenged. The immune system becomes stronger by fighting off threats. Growth rarely comes from comfort. It comes from adaptation. The same principle applies to the human mind. Every obstacle we overcome, every challenge we endure, every setback we learn from, becomes a building block of resilience, character, and mental strength. The modern world, however, has become incredibly effective at removing discomfort. We rarely experience extreme cold. We rarely endure intense heat. We rarely have to wait. Rarely have to struggle. Rarely have to tolerate inconvenience. Life has become smoother than ever before. But there may be a hidden cost. By eliminating every small hardship, we may also be weakening our ability to deal with adversity. We have built lives so comfortable and protected that even minor difficulties can begin to feel overwhelming. And when a mind is no longer accustomed to challenge, it often creates new problems to focus on. Small frustrations become major crises. Minor setbacks feel catastrophic. The discomfort we once conquered externally begins to reappear internally. Perhaps this is one of the great paradoxes of comfort. When we eliminate all forms of pain, we may also lose something else. The deep satisfaction that comes from overcoming it. The sense of victory after struggle. And the genuine joy that can only exist because difficulty exists as well. True freedom and inner peace do not come from having the most comfortable life possible. They come from knowing that you are strong enough to face discomfort when it arrives. Comfort is a wonderful place to rest, but it was never meant to become a permanent home. Because the moment you start living there, comfort can quietly become a prison. And eventually, a grave for your potential. Today, do yourself a favor. Take the step you've been avoiding. The one that feels uncomfortable, the one that demands effort, the one you know will help you grow. Because the human spirit was never meant to thrive in endless comfort. It comes alive in challenge, in uncertainty, in resistance. Not while sitting safely in a warm chair, but while moving forward against the wind. Remember, the door of the cage is already open. The only thing left to do is leave the comfort behind. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.